We're good to go, you guys. Hi. Welcome to the morning tea. Happy Tequila Tuesday. We have so much to freaking get into with all of this craziness of Kim Kardashian and Taylor Swift. Kim tried it? Is that the best way to say it? She tried it.
She definitely tried it. I just want to go on record and say, I feel as though Kris Jenner had nothing to do with this whatsoever.
Really?
Yeah, no. Kris Jenner loves Taylor Swift.
Okay,
no.
You don't think
I think that she said, Kim, this is your battle. We've discussed this in the past on the show. If this is how you want to handle it to defend your husband, go on, Miss Lawyer. Go on, Miss Lawyer.
I can't believe that it happened. Literally, I woke up this morning and I was like, I needed to just take a second.
Madison, my group chat was going insane. I was playing, for those of y'all that don't know, I was minding my own business yesterday. I was playing Animal Crossing, trying to be a good Samaritan, trying to be off social media, trying to stay out of the drama. And then when I went to do a routine Twitter check to see what the boys and girls were chitter-chattering about and to tweet about Lizzo, I see that Kim Kardashian has responded. So I'm like, it just felt very much, y'all know when I say girl, that's how I felt. Girl.
Mm-hmm. And responded in a way that I just so strongly disagree with because it's all still not true.
It's like, girl, it was like, what are you trying to say?
I know. And Courtney had to remind me this morning, you guys, he was like, Maddison, we all know it's trash. It's fine. We're going to talk about it because I was honestly getting very worked up. Like more worked up probably than any one fan should be getting worked up.
I think I was more worked up over Khloe's response because she obviously has more important things to worry about than Kim pretending to be a lawyer and come for Taylor Swift. Mm-hmm. I was like, I literally had to tweet. I was like, Khloe, where's Tristan? And quickly, because there are way more things that you need to be worried about than what Kim is doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, girl, bye.
I'm dying. We also have other things to talk about too, you guys. We're going to talk about Kristen Bell and Shepard. You know, they're one of my fave celeb couples, and they are doing something really amazing right now. And you know, we love some positivity to kick the day off. We're talking about NSYNC. We're talking about Adrienne Bailon and not the fact that she doesn't wash her hands, something else. We're talking about Bella Hadid and The Weeknd, Tana Mojo getting backlash, clapping back. Shawn Mendes, Camila Cabello, Miley Cyrus, Selena. And then we got a full Card Jenner tea time. Obviously, that is where all of this Kim and Taylor Kanye talk is going to come in. I want to make sure we have plenty of time for that because there's a lot of moving parts, especially now that Taylor's publicist has also spoken out and tweeted her own statement. So
Queen Tree Girl.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy because Kim, I feel like, really tried to blame a lot on the publicist, and the publicist is like, sorry, not today.
It's like, girl, you tried it. You get what I'm saying? She's a professional at this.
I am so happy that today is Tequila Tuesday. I put a little lime. My dad had fresh squeezed lime juice downstairs, so I'm making like a little margarita action, but like no sugar, just like a shot with lime juice to help it go down, you know?
As someone whose birthday is on Cinco de Mayo, I appreciate and I approve of your tequila margarita concoction.
Thank you. A specialty shot, if you will. A specialty tequila shot. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We have Dai Diaz. Good morning, y'all. Hey, I love your Twitter to Chloe. Ha, ha, ha. I can't. I was dying.
It's got about 7,000 likes now, Madison. I'm hoping that it can help extinguish some flames. Hopefully, the ladies will back down and relax.
So, essentially, you're going viral on Twitter right now.
Not real. I call it. I do it in terms of like records. So if once it gets past 1,000, it's that many times platinum. So my tweet right now is 7 times platinum because Chloe tried it. And I know that it was something that a lot of people agreed with because I came 40 minutes after Chloe with my little quote tweet. Girl, I thought anyone was going to see that, but the girls saw it and they said, "Now catch that tea," because we all know that Chloe has no idea where Tristan is.
So I think Chloe needs to watch the morning tea and really get educated on a few things before maybe speaking out.
They got time, girl.
But I just want to shout out Heather Brinson. Hello, loves. Today is my best friend Courtney's 26th birthday.
Happy birthday,
Duh. Also, we love the name Courtney, obviously.
Obviously.
We stand. We also have, ready? 5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Tequila Tuesday, Mika. Aye.
Yes, happy Tequila Tuesday. I also love that we're able to keep all of our same morning tea traditions, even when we're doing this virtually.
I know, it would feel awkward if we didn't have the same essence.
Right? Like, imagine not doing Tequila Tuesday just because we're not sitting in the same room. That would be depressing.
No.
Tequila
Tuesday.
It's necessary. It's necessary, especially on a day like today with all of this nonsense. We need it more than ever. We need it more than ever. I just want to make sure that everyone is staying safe. I see you guys talking about what's happening in your area. Alyssa says, my heart is raging with Kim's audacity. Unbelievable. Yes, we know. We're going to get into it. Shabria, hi, Courtney, Maddison, Shambong, Dave, and Hit It Leo. I'm so stressed. My job just told us that 7 people are being tested for COVID-19. They keep taking in new people. I work at a nursing home. Shabria, we're thinking of you. We're sending you positive vibes. And also, thank you for being a healthcare professional during this time. Shout out to all of our healthcare professionals, all of the people in the grocery stores, driving the trucks, helping with Amazon, mail carriers, just everyone who is still working right now to keep our world somewhat normal and going. Thank you.
Together. Y'all are right now the glue that is holding us all together, so we appreciate that.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I'm loving exactly where we're at with this whole Kim situation. I feel like
now I can finally see the chat because I couldn't see it. So if y'all saw I was looking distracted, it was because I was trying to pull the chat up. And now I can see y'all.
Yes. You guys will always know if Courtney and I look like we have panic in our eyes, it's because we can't find the chat, so we just feel like we're talking to nobody. So
yes,
once that panic calms down, it's like, okay, here we go. We're fine. It's good.
But I got y'all. I see y'all. Hey, y'all.
We got it together now. We're here. I see everyone talking about the Kim and Kanye stuff. Absolutely. Donna Lee, we're sending you positive vibes. I know some people have definitely lost their jobs during the situation.
Yeah.
And I know, this whole time is just terrible, but please, guys, know, T-Tribe, 1, the T-Tribe is here for you. 2, Courtney and I are here for you. And the whole point of continuing the morning tea going on, other than, of course, filling you in on all of the celebrity mess, is to just have an hour a day where we can kind of like...
Yeah, do you feel like, well, for me, Madison, I feel like I kind of like start my day off like decompressed with the T-Tribe, and then I'm like, all right, I talked to the T-Tribe, I've gotten that part of my day, now I can sort of like, continue to just relax and keep myself centered, keep my chakras aligned, if you will.
Exactly. It's really something great to like start your day off on such a positive note. And while I know we get messy and we talk about a bunch of things, of course, it still is just a nice distraction of like press conference. It's like, okay, I get it. I got it.
Like, Madison, do you feel like sometimes we get the comments, like weird comments that are like, why are you talking about this? There's the corona going on. And we're like, girl, this is also YouTube, the place where you come to escape that kind of stuff.
Right.
So, like, why are you so pressed?
I want to comment and be like, exactly, we're aware, and that's why we're trying to forget for just an hour, okay? Let us live. Okay, but let's go ahead and pour up the tea.
All right, let's do it.
And your water. I feel like we need to take an Instagram story after this just so everyone can see our at-home setups of all of the things we need on a tiny table.
So y'all can see that I'm literally sitting at a shoe rack with my legs tucked in between one of the racks. Only for the T-Tribe.
Pour it up.
Imagine if this hot scalding water fell on my lap. Girl, that's viral. Y'all better screen cap that.
Don't ever manifest that again. I'm
not manifesting. I'm just saying that if it happens, I'll be upset. But like, if y'all make it go viral, it would be worth it.
That's true. Honestly, then we wouldn't be upset. But please also tag both of us in the process.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me get my little cheers going on.
Oh, got your tea? Cheers. Cheers.
This don't come with no string, y'all.
Yeah. Oh, so be careful. Don't burn the fingers. Fingers. Okay, we're kicking it off with a little positivity, you guys. I do want to shout out Miss Mika real quick. Love you, Maddison and Courtney. Thanks for the song. Of course, Mika.
Good morning, Mika. We love you.
Thank you. We appreciate you so much. But the first thing we're talking about is Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. So this is just a great positivity story to kick the day off of. They actually own several apartment buildings around Los Angeles, which I didn't know. But they have a company called Pringus Property. And a manager for the property company told TMZ that Kristen and Dax just sent out an email or had an email sent out to all their tenants. And they are not asking anyone to pay rent next month.
Oh, good. Fantastic. That's how it should be.
Right? And then they also said that they will work with people who are concerned moving forward, but as of April, they don't want any of their tenants to worry about paying rent.
Maddison, I have a question for you, and I have a question for the T Tribe as well, because I don't really know where I stand, so I feel like when I don't know where to stand, I kind of like open up the question to y'all. Now, there are people online that feel like there should be a rent freeze, right, for all of us in America or wherever where, you know, people are not going to work. So we need money for the rent still. So people want a rent freeze. Do you think that that is something that is fair to the landlords? Because don't landlords have to also pay someone with that rent money? And if they don't pay it, then they could be two cheeks out, if you will, on paying their mortgage and stuff. How does that work?
I think it's just a really terrible situation for everyone, because you're exactly right. I mean, not paying rent affects a lot of other, like, it's a long chain of effects. And either way, everyone needs their money for a reason. We all need to get paid for a reason to pay somebody else. And so even though, yes, it feels like very unfair, like, oh, we should have a rent freeze, but you're exactly right. What about these people who rely on this to then pay a mortgage or pay their bills or pay employees? I don't really know what the right thing to do is. I think the right probably thing is to just make sure buildings and, you know, landlords or whoever are working with their tenants, because I feel like there's a way that at least some payment can happen, and that way not everyone is losing out, but then to also take some of the stress off people who have to pay rent.
Yeah, it's such a difficult process to think about, Maddison, but I was just like pondering. I'm like, well, what do the landlords do if they go into a rent freeze? Does the government like give them some extra money, like, girl, here's the mortgage and leave your tenants alone? Something to think about. I hope that it all does get sorted out, though. I have hope.
No, I do too. I hope it really does. And I want to shout out Fessy, just stopping to say hello. Got an exam tomorrow. Fessy,
let's
steady
go, Fessy.
up. You
Good
can
job.
always reheat. You guys can do that. Also, shout out to Shawn Smith. Love y'all so much. Thank you for keeping the tea going. Of course. Okay, let's move on and talk about NSYNC first, and then we'll get into Adrian Bylon.
Okay, no problem.
NSYNC first, you guys. So apparently an NSYNC reunion could soon become a reality. It's a very high possibility right now. This is a new report from Hollywood Live. A source said that since the guys recently celebrated the 20th anniversary of No Strings Attached, fabulous
No Strings Attached. Bam, 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 bam. Maddison, I'm telling you right now, before you finish the story, I'm just letting you know how I feel. They can take my money. Sorry.
Thank you. I was an NSYNC girl over a Backstreet Boys girl, so 1000%. This is me to NSYNC. Just take it.
Girl,
have it.
I met Lance Bass not too long after I moved here, and he was very, very, very sweet. Very nice man. He can have my money, period. Y'all could take it. Even with Justin at the front. Cheating cheeks, Justin. I will give you my money. Yes, ma'am, for the nostalgia.
Bass always out in West Hollywood.
Yeah. Rocco's. You know he owned Rocco's, girl.
Oh, I didn't know he owns Rocco's.
He owns or manages Rocco's, girl. That's his spot. That's why it be so packed. You feel? That's what I heard, girl. I heard Lance Bass is behind Rocco's, and that's why the girls are always there every Saturday.
Okay,
Rocco's though. They play the hits.
That is some tea. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was like a big thing when the, you know me, girl, back before this all came together with the morning tea and Hollyscoop and all of that. I was looking for jobs, cafe jobs, and Rocco's was the big one. And how they were sort of selling it in the ad was, it's backed by a huge celebrity, Lance Bass, da da da. And I was like, and then magically Rocco's appeared like 6 months later, and I was like, oh, well that makes sense.
Okay, all right, now it's all coming together. Well, speaking of Lance Bass, I guess all of the guys also recently were on his podcast. So they've all been starting to get together more and more. The 20th anniversary coming up. The source said that, quote, reunion talk for sure also got reignited with Ariana Grande last year at Coachella. Now with the anniversary, everyone's mind just kind of wants to get back together. The insider said that also coronavirus has hit them with the thought of, we don't know what tomorrow can bring. So once we're on the other side of this, they all want to sit down and figure out a single, a show, potentially a tour. But my question for you, since you're so good at knowing what's coming in the music industry, do you think Justin Timberlake will participate? Because he didn't perform at Coachella with everybody else. So do you think he'll be part of the reunion?
I'm going to tell you this right now, Maddison. Justin better get his expletive on that stage with those boys, or I am not going. That's my one condition. I'm not going to go if all of y'all are going to be here. This is not like the Spice Girls. No offense if you're a Spice Girls fan for what I'm about to say, but for me, the group moved on just fine without Miss Jerry. You feel me? Ginger Spice was the leader to most, I guess. But for me, girl, Holler was one of their best hits, and that song came out after Jerry Halliwell left. I feel like NSYNC can't do the same without Justin. There needs to be sort of like that anchor. It's the same thing with Backstreet Boys. We needed Brian. You need Brian. You need a Justin to be a leader. Spice Girls is different. Destiny's Child even. You need a Beyonce to hold the other women, no matter which of the women it is, together. So they all need to do it, Madison, for the nostalgia and for the fans. Because we're not buying Justin's next album. So he needs to just get on stage and call it a day.
No, I think I completely agree with you, especially because Justin has had the most successful solo career, you know, aside from everything. And I feel like people would also go just to see him, in a sense, which is kind of messed up, but they would. And I agree with you. I feel like NSYNC is only NSYNC when they're all together. And while it was so exciting to see them on stage with Ariana Grande at Coachella, it was still like, all of NSYNC minus Justin Timberlake. Like, that was still part of the headline, still part of the story. So I just feel like in order for it to really be done right, they all need to be involved.
Let me ask you this, Madison. Because I think I saw someone maybe say this in the chat. Backstreet Boys and NSYNC go together or no?
Okay, so I know that they definitely kind of like at that time they were head to head of who was more popular, and they kind of did go back and forth. For me, I just always loved NSYNC more. I was never a huge Backstreet Boys girl. Okay, That Way, yes. Oh my gosh, fun. Bye, bye, bye. Okay. Yeah. But other than that, I was all about NSYNC. Dirty Pop was one of the first dances I ever learned, like, was all for it. And so, to me, I don't put them in the same category because I just always loved NSYNC more.
Oh, Madison, you drew a line in the sand on that one, girl. You said, I don't even compare. She said, you can't compare when you can't compete, girl. Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC, girl, get your mind right. Imagine asking me, Madison Hill, that kind of question. Woo, Madison, you got in the girls today. You done slapped the 90s babies inside the head. You said, wake up, y'all. NSYNC
I can't wait for old Backstreet Boy fans to come after me on Instagram.
Get you, girl.
Shout out to Erica. Good morning, T-Tribe. Good morning, good morning, good morning. And there's a lot of people who definitely are loving the Backstreet Boys, but also love NSYNC. And then, Christy says, Maddie, you crazy. Backstreet Boys are still holding strong. They had way more swag.
I kind of felt like I was all right with Backstreet Boys until NSYNC came along.
Yes, and then I think you can definitely love both, you guys. You can obviously love both. I saw Backstreet Boys free in concert when I was an intern at a radio station, and they were good. It was fine.
Oh, did they perform Backstreet's Back? All right, because that's the hit. That's the one I'm paying my money for. It
was them and New Kids on the Block, so it was a really interesting crowd of like young people who were there to see the Backstreet Boys, and then older people who were there to see New Kids on the Block. It was a weird time.
Really quick before we move on, Madison, New Kids on the Block, my favorite song of theirs was a song when they tried to like come back, maybe like around the time we were like trying to graduate high school, maybe.
Yeah,
like around
so that was when I went to go see them.
Oh, think about you in the summertime. Oh, and all the good times we had. I'm about to put that on my playlist. Y'all, listen, that's going on the playlist. That's a hit.
Yep. Don't forget the playlist is on Spotify. Courtney, can you go over how to find this one more time?
I'm gonna actually link it in the description after the show is over, because if I put it in there now, people after are gonna be like, "Where's the link to the thing?" So I'll put it in the description. If you're an after watcher, go in the description and click it, and then follow it, and I will update it throughout the week.
Perfect. It's on Spotify. Hollyscoop
Yes.
Hot Hits. That's
Yes,
if
ma'am.
you want to try to search for it, but Courtney's going to put the link. So very exciting. Now let's talk about Adrienne Bailon. So she recently responded to pregnancy rumors. Fans thought that she was pregnant because she had been MIA from Instagram, and she explained not the case. She just was off social media. She wanted to disconnect and be present, pray, worship, reset, enjoy the quiet in her new home with her husband. And she went on to say that she only came back yesterday for a bit, and now she's going back to cuddling.
Why did we care that Adrienne Bailon was not on social media?
I didn't care that Adrienne Bailon, but a lot of people
I don't even follow Adrienne Bailon, like her personal accounts on Instagram. Once I found out she was eating tuna fish and Kool-Aid sandwiches and not washing her hands, it was a done deal for me.
I'm sorry, what did you just say? Tuna fish and Kool-Aid sandwiches? Did I hear that correctly? Was that a messed up?
Sorry,
Is that
I was saying,
wrong?
once I found out that Adrienne Bailon was eating Kool-Aid and tuna fish sandwiches and not washing her hands, it was kind of like a done deal for me. That's the other thing that like came out around the same time. She was not washing her hands, and she loves a good Kool-Aid and tuna fish sandwich.
So does she mix the Kool-Aid powder in the tuna fish? I need to know.
Dipping the sandwich in the Kool-Aid, right, y'all? Or what?
That is repulsive.
What does your mug say, Madison? The girls want to know.
What is my mug says medium brown bag. It's from Bloomingdale's.
Mine says, "Good friends are like stars. You don't always see them, but you know they're always there." Old saying. And my best friend got this for me right before I moved. So shout out to her.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Okay, let's stop talking about Adrienne Bailon and just talk about Bella Hadid in the weekend then, because the tuna fish and Kool-Aid makes me nauseous. So we now know Bella's feelings in regards to the weekend, referencing her on his new album. This is a report coming from Hollywood Life. The source said that Bella knows Abel, puts his heart and soul into his music, and she can see why fans think he was talking about their relationship, and she sees it too. The source went on to say, quote, "She understands that musicians write about their past relationships or heartbreaks. She has a lot of history with him, and that doesn't just go away because they're not together anymore." The insider ended the info saying that despite things not working out, they'll always have a special place in one another's heart.
Live for that. I love 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 that. There's nothing that makes me feel better than like an amicable split, because we always see so many interpersonal relationships between friendships, marriages, relationships. They always end and they end messy. You know what I mean? I love that they can end. He can put out his work, because that's what it is, his work. And when people come to her and they say, "Hey, well, how do you feel about this? This could be about you. How does that make you feel?" She's like, "Well, it just is what it is. That's still my homie. And if we decide to get back together one day, then they might get back together one day. Maybe."
Right. No, I completely agree. I always have felt like their relationship hasn't fully ran its course. Like, I still think they'll probably have maybe a little something in the future. So I agree. I think this is actually really amicable and very positive, because Bella could have totally turned that to be shady of like, he's still using me to make music, which makes money and blah, blah, blah. But instead it's just like, nope, we all have our way of dealing with things. Let him have it. Appreciate it.
I love it. Class act.
Yes. Okay, let's move on and talk about Tana Mojo. Because she received a lot of backlash on her most recent episode of her reality show, MTV Unfiltered, because her and her friends were drinking in front of Trevor Moran. Trevor
Moran is my friend. He's in rehab. They can't be drinking around Trevor. Are you serious?
Yes. So on the most recent episode of MTV Unfiltered, apparently Tana got into a really big fight with Jordan.
Yeah.
She obviously has broken up with Jake. She got her asthma diagnosis. So her and her friends decided to blow off some steam, and they were partying and passing shots around in front of Trevor.
I don't like that.
It was even more horrible timing, because earlier on in that episode, Trevor had a conversation with Tana and all of her friends, talking about going to rehab, talking about sobriety. Apparently, a relapse was mentioned. And so people just felt like Tana was being incredibly inappropriate by drinking in front of Trevor. She did respond to the hate in a ton of tweets, essentially saying, that Trevor's health and sobriety have always been important to her, and she's going to make a video soon, really going through everything, sharing everything, because she blamed, I guess, the poor view of her on editing, per usual. And then Trevor also did quote tweet her and said, "I love you, baby." So I assume they're fine. But it's just either
sure
way, not
fine. But I don't like that. For those of you guys that do not know, Trevor Moran, he's been a creator on YouTube just about as long as I have. He was part of a super group on YouTube called O2L. He's a very talented musician, artist, singer. He's a very lovely young man. So kind, so warm, wild, crazy, fun. I've had some of my best times in the YouTube community with Trevor, you know, being wild and crazy by my side. And so to know that he's going through something like this, and someone that is supposed to be like a close friend is like, could be potentially triggering him into a relapse, which I saw the title of his latest YouTube video that he relapsed and he's back in rehab. So it makes me wonder, does this have a connection to that? You know what I mean? And if so, I'm very disappointed in Tana, because this is where I have to like take my work hat off and put like my human hat on. This is supposed to be like your friend. You know what I mean? And you take care of your friends. Shots could have waited until after Trevor went home, Maddison, at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Right. Very, very, very disappointing. This goes beyond Tana just being Tana. This is like a human thing. If you say you care about someone, you would never want them to slip to something as deep as alcoholism.
Right. And of course, you know, she said that was never her intention, and she's going to share the real story with us, and how there were 400 hours of conversations regarding Trevor that didn't make the 30-minute episode cut. And she also tried to say that, you know, she didn't invite him. He wanted to say, either way, there's going to be a video explaining it all, because she said she just hates, you know, how the public is viewing her right now. But I agree with you. And you know what we always say when it comes to reality stars who try to blame editing? If you don't give them the material, they can't use it against you. And I feel like you know what you're signing up for when you sign on for a reality show. You should know that no matter how close you are with your producers, they also have a job to do. And if they need to make you look bad in order to do their job, they're going to do it. They literally don't care. Their livelihood depends on it. Money will always trump their relationship with you. And if you don't give them the material to edit poorly, you wouldn't even be in this situation.
I'm sure that there was probably a worry, Madison, just to play it from the other side. I'm sure that after season 1 of her show, there was a lot of worry that there was not enough content. You get what I'm saying? And so if I were Tana and not the best mind, I would be like, well, you know who could give me some good story and some drama? Trevor could give me some good story and some good drama because he's wild and crazy. Let me have this person on the show. Me and Jake, let's sit down and sort of craft how we're going to break up and how it's going to look on the show. I'm sure those conversations were had. It doesn't make it any better to those that are struggling, you know, with sobriety, and then they see something like that. You know what I mean? Because they could see their own friends or their own tribe in Tana.
Exactly. Okay, let's move on and talk about Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. Some of you like to say Shawn-Mila. Courtney and I like to say Sham-Mila. You know, it is what it is. But they were spotted out yesterday on a coffee date in Miami, showing lots of PDA. So no social distancing for these two. They also did an Instagram live on Sunday. They did a little concert and shared that they've been watching Harry Potter in quarantine. Shawn is apparently a longtime fan, and Camila is new to Harry Potter. She never watched Harry Potter before Shawn. And they both said that they would be Team Gryffindor.
They would? I mean, I guess. Go off. If that's what they want to say, go off. Whatever. Shouldn't they be in the house? Also, why the beach not closed? Y'all not tired of them? I hate whenever they come up on the docket, because I'm just waiting for the day that they break up, because I'm going to go in. Honestly, I'm just biding my time. To me, it's still a scam. It's still a sham. I don't believe it. Shawn still ain't stuck up for Taylor Swift. I'm still on it. And that's that on that. And by the way, just for reference, y'all, I am a Slytherin, so don't be slandering Slytherins in the chat. Period. I was actually wearing a Slytherin shirt last week, and y'all.
Brittany said Camila's a Slytherin all the way.
She's definitely not. She's not cunning enough.
What do you think she is?
I don't know, but she ain't in my house.
A Dementor.
She's a Dementor. Her and Shawn are some Dementors with their little tattered gowns, trying to fake us into believing some mess, some mutual. That's what it is. Yeah, good job, Madison. That was it.
Thank you. I haven't watched Harry Potter. I haven't watched Harry Potter in a really long time, but I always think of the word Dementors. You don't watch The Office, but there's an Office episode where Michael dresses up as Prison Mike, and he's like, prison was really hard because of the Dementors. And they're like, I think Dementors are in Harry Potter, not in prison. And he's like, he gets all confused.
Oh, God.
My Office people will understand. Courtney will not understand.
I miss the Office jokes.
Office jokes, always just not funny. Not funny. Shout out to Di Diaz. I live in Miami and everything should be closed, so I don't know where they went. Fake date, I don't know. Ooh. Apparently they were going to get coffee. Maybe coffee is counted under that essential business. You know, you can get takeout from restaurants and things of that nature. So maybe that's where the coffee date came in, and they just walked and then went inside. I don't know. They were all up in each other's mouths, so that's the biggest takeaway.
Very not surprised.
Same. And shout out to Chelsea G. She got my Office reference. So thank you, Chelsea G, for making me not feel like I was just yes. Shout out to you. Okay, let's move on and talk about Miley Cyrus.
Okay.
He had a virtual Hannah Montana reunion with Emily Osment. Basically, they kind of just gave everyone the nostalgia feels. Let us all take our mind off of everything. Miley is just continuing her IG Live positivity TV show that we didn't know about until quarantine. They explained, Miley explained that she wanted Emily on there because they're both big animal lovers and big animal advocates. They basically were advocating for people to foster animals during this whole coronavirus time. Because I guess even my mom told me about this yesterday. Some people are taking their pets to animal shelters in fear that their pet is going to give them coronavirus. So instead they're just giving their dogs away, which is
what?
Mind-boggling. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes. People are worried that their dog is going to pick it up and then give it to them. So instead of risking it, they're just giving their dogs away.
Wow. Some families don't love their pets.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry if you're watching and you're one of those people, but you don't love your pets. Those pets are supposed to be for the lifetime, right? I don't like that, Madison. It's like the people that get puppies and they're like, oh my God, I love puppies. And then as soon as your dog don't like no puppy no more, then you're giving the dog away. I hate stuff like that.
No, I completely agree with you. I'm like, my dog, now that I'm home, I'm with my dog again. She lives her best life. She literally slept on this chair over here next to me all day yesterday while I worked. And I'm like, I could not imagine just being like, here you go, just take my animal. I don't want, anyway. So shout out to Miley and Emily for spreading that message. I think that's very positive. They also reminisced about Hannah Montana days, how they were long, obviously had a lot of fashion fails. And they both just are still really good friends and still love each other, which I think is great.
I like Emily Osment. She tried music once or twice. Why didn't that work, you guys?
So I guess she's in a band now.
Emily Osment's in a band?
Yeah, so she talked about being in a band. And Miley was like, I think the music you make is super dope. I had never heard of the band, hence why I can't remember the name right now, but she is in a band.
I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay, look it up right now. Yeah, I see that you guys are talking about the pets thing. I know, it's absolutely wild. I would never, Lee says, I could never give up my cat. He's my third baby. Kiara said my local shelter has been posting about this a lot. Jakara said people are so cruel. Yeah, you guys, people are... I wish that you had to take a test of approval to have a dog, a cat, any animal, and a child. Like, you should have to take a test and get approved to be a decent human being before you have any sort of living thing to take care of.
I agree. I couldn't find Emily Osment's band, but why she can't join Miley and Cody's band?
And
right? It's been like a while since we had like a good like rock band with like two front leading women. Can we have that?
I would love to have it, but I don't think we're gonna have it.
That's interesting because Cody is cool. And she's someone we know and love, and Miley is like, all right, whatever, we'll get on board. But like Emily's like something a little bit fresher, maybe. Right. Well,
we also have the Hannah Montana draw. Like everyone loves the fact that they were in Hannah Montana together.
Yeah, something to consider. I don't know. Yeah. I'm more interested if Emily's part of the project. I feel like.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. So we'll definitely maybe put that into the universe. Do we manifest that Emily and Miley do a little band situation?
Yeah, give Emily one more bag. She's good
out there. She deserves it.
Young and hungry.
She deserves it. I actually loved that show. I
Going on
met her for
Freeform at the well, now it is.
a press day with the Young and Hungry cast, and that show is so good. You're right.
Really?
Wow.
I think I watched a couple episodes of it.
TBT. I might have to pull that out. That used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it still is, but I'll find it. Because, wow. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
ABC Family has had some good, like, smaller shows that always wind up getting canceled, like, along the way, like, quietly.
Mm-hmm. You know who was in that? Remember the gay best friend from She's the Man? With Amanda Bynes? The one who gives her the makeover?
Vaguely. What was his name?
He was like the hot bachelor in Young and Hungry, who Emily Osment was trying to like get with. I don't remember his name, but when I interviewed him, I was like, I loved you and She's the Man. Like after the interview was over, he's like, that role will literally haunt me for the rest of my life. And I was like, but it was so good.
Oh, this guy, Nick?
Yes, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh my, I forgot about him.
You guys remember the friend and She's the Man who gives Amanda Bynes a makeover? He was in Young and Hungry with Emily Osment. That's what we're talking about. Yes, Young and Hungry was so good.
My love of Cinderella is probably closely related to my love of this man because they look so similar.
Yep.
Jeez.
And okay, see, everyone, Brittany says he's the boss inside. I love that show. I still watch it on Netflix. Okay. And also, Emily's band is called Bluebird Music, and she's got an album called When I Loved You.
Bluebird Music. Okay, I'm going to leave it in my search bar so I don't forget, because I want to check it out.
Bluebird Music. Okay, while you're doing that, we're going to move on and talk about Selena Gomez.
Okay.
Selena Gomez went live on Instagram and introduced her new family member. She got a new puppy. About a week ago. The puppy's name is Daisy. It's so freaking cute. She also still has her dog Winnie. She said Winnie's acting like a big brother. She also updated everyone on how she's doing in quarantine. She said she has only left a few times to go check in on her sister. She is quarantined with a few friends, which I feel like makes it a little bit easier on her, I'm sure. Because quarantining by yourself, you guys, hence why I had to make some decisions, is actually not the best. Like, it's after a while.
You know what I realized, Maddison? I was talking to my friend the other day, and what I didn't realize was that I'm kind of in a different position because I'm in a relationship, so at least I'm seeing someone every day. For people that live alone, it's literally just them in the house. And where I would be fine, I can completely understand now that it's been like brought to my attention why other people are not fine.
Right. It is hard. I feel like, I mean, FaceTime and everything is great, but after a while you're just like, okay, I would just love to see one other human. Just one. Like, I'm not even greedy.
I don't even like FaceTime, girl.
Exactly.
I'm like, girl, this is about as close as this is gonna get for meeting all my friends. FaceTime, y'all, please tell me I'm not alone. Please tell me that there are people that like FaceTime you with like no prerequisite. They just like FaceTime. Does that happen to you?
Oh yeah, that happens to me. And then it's like you're not sure how to be like, okay, all right, well all right. Like it's the yes.
No, I can't. Shout out to outgoing people.
Exactly. We also have a little more Selena Gomez news, so you guys keep those crowns going in the chat. Keep giving this video a thumbs up. But she also revealed during this Instagram Live that she was recording new music until her studio shut down. So now she's having to take a break.
I'm not a fan of that.
I know, because I'm just like, and I don't think she's anywhere where she has a home studio. Selena doesn't really strike me as a home studio girl. You know what I mean? Like, she definitely
separates that work and play. She sets that boundary.
Ooh,
get into her pot rack.
Right?
You see that pot rack? That's a good pot rack, Selena. You're going to have to invite me over.
I obviously did not notice that, nor did I know what that was. But now I see.
Girl, you know I'm a home girl. I love people's homes. Selena got a good pot rack, girl.
No, absolutely. But I'm just disappointed. I was like, so you're saying we could have had new Selena Gomez music, and now, thanks Corona. Thanks.
She could have done like a rare re-release with like 7 or 8 extra songs or something. That would have been dope. I would have appreciated that.
Same. Well, we could have had that if the studio didn't have to close down. So sick.
We're all in this together. We will get through the corona and reap the benefits once it's all over.
Absolutely. And Kelly said, but at least she is actually taken out of work that is valid enough for her to take a little 2-month break. No, for sure. Not hating on Selena taking a break at all.
She needs a break.
Yeah. Let's not forget she also has Rare Beauty, you guys, that's supposed to still launch this summer on Sephora. So she still has a lot of things going on. Just selfishly, you know that selfishly we always want new Selena music.
I just realized, I'm looking at the chat, y'all are dumb. And not dumb like in a mean way, but I'm realizing that people literally were misunderstanding my use of the word pot rack. Y'all, or pots, like that you cook in. like you know, in homes, keep in mind, my mom was the first one to introduce me to a pot rack. She literally had one installed in our kitchen. It's like where you hang your pots, because sometimes cabinets, they just don't have enough room, and when you want to put your cook's essential, shout out to QVC, your cook's essentials pots in your cabinet, when you want to put them somewhere nice, you put them in a pot rack, and when you come into the kitchen, it's like, girl, what are you gonna serve me in this beautiful way tonight?
People thought you meant like
a cannabis reference, and y'all, it's not that. like frying pans.
Don't start that rumor, please. That we said about Selena Gomez. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go ahead and get into this Kylie, Courtney, and then all of the Kim, Taylor, and Kanye news. So go ahead and turn your volumes down for
Car Jenner Tito. Hello to everyone in my living room, which is no one.
Hello. Okay, the first thing we're talking about, real quick, this will take very little time. Kylie showed off her hair transformation, and just so everyone knows, her hair is a mother effing short bob, and she lightened it. So I don't want to say she's trying to copy some of us, but that's all I'll say.
I knew as soon as you said bob, I knew a hair flip was coming on. I knew it was coming. She really got a Maddison Hill. Wait, hold on. Wait, the delay just caught up. Hang on. She literally got
I'm just saying.
Not Kylie Hill stepping up in the gig. I'm literally deceased. She went from trying to look like Beyonce to look like Miss Tina, and she said, you know what? I'm just going to be Maddison.
I know that was not her inspiration, but I'm going to pretend that it was.
I know it was. You watch every day. Sometimes unconsciously, you might call that stylist and say, girl, give me one of them M. Hill bobs. Mm-hmm.
One day we'll be as big as the Rachel, everybody. One day. But let's talk about Courtney. Okay. So she actually did one of Jason Kennedy's new shows on E! It's called In the Room. So he goes to people's houses and talks to them. But she talked about relationships and whether or not she would share one again on television. And she said absolutely not. Because it took such a toll on her and Scott's relationship. So she was just not about it at all. And then as far as getting into a new relationship and getting married, she said that she's content right now. If the right relationship came along, then maybe she would get married, but she doesn't feel like she's missing anything.
I will say that's the best thing that I've heard Kourtney Kardashian say in months. Because you already know how I feel about marriage. It's really not, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on women specifically to, get married, and it's like, girl, for what? So I love that she is taking it one day at a time, it seems, but also, what is she doing?
Right.
You know what I mean? So you don't want to get married. You're an amazing parent, I assume. So what fulfills Kourtney Kardashian in a business sense or creatively? You get what I'm saying? What's going on up here? What's going on up in the poosh pocket?
I mean, definitely, I feel like poosh doesn't do it all the way.
No. So, what fulfilled? I think that's the question. Maybe that's where my frustration lies, everyone. I can't seem to get a read on or an assessment on what fuels Kourtney Kardashian. What makes her wake up in the morning and go, I'm ready to do this. You know what I mean? I want to know what that is, because then maybe I could get on board or at least show up at the train station to her train of thought. I don't understand what's going on. It appears as though when she's not being randomly funny, she's just sort of complaining. And girl, who wants a wet blanket, and especially on TV? Because then you get picked on.
No, you're not wrong. I will say I agree with her comments about married. I like that she feels content, but then I also feel like she says that, but she's not actually fulfilled, and that she does need a little bit. She does need a partner to really wake up and feel that fulfillment every day, like what you're saying. Because obviously, I think Poosh doesn't do it all the way. Obviously, I think her kids give her a lot of fulfillment, but I still think she is missing a relationship. But it's kind of looked down upon to say that sometimes, especially as a woman, to be like, oh, I want a partner. It's like, are you not an independent woman? It's like, no, I am, but can I also want someone to, like, be there at night? Like, that's okay, too.
Alonce says Poosh is a good idea. She just needs to know how to manage it. Do y'all think that that's it? Or do y'all think that we just have a bigger version of it already? And what I'm talking about it is the Goop with Gwyneth Paltrow. I feel like that kind of set the standard, and this kind of feels like Goop through the eyes of Kourtney Kardashian. And it's like, if we have it and we're kind of content with Gwyneth, why do we really need a Kardashian version of it?
Right. I feel like it would have to be just such strong Kardashian stans, but unfortunately, I feel like Kourtney doesn't have the strong fan base that, say, a Kylie or Kim has, which is why it's probably not working. But we are going to go ahead and get into this Kim, Kanye, Taylor news. I want to make sure we have plenty of time. So, you guys, if this is what you've been waiting for, yes, please go ahead and share this with the Swifties in your life, because we are getting into it today. So please share this video, give this video a thumbs up, let everyone know the time is coming, and we are going to go ahead and kick off this segment with a shot.
And also, the Hollyscoop Twitter account tweeted the link to this video, so if you want to go and retweet that so that your followers can know where to go right now in this moment, that would be helpful.
Also, mine looks colored because I put in a little lime juice. It's a little Maddison margarita.
I'm going to chase mine with Gatorade. Maddison, what's your preferred Gatorade color?
Orange.
Mine is blue.
Oh, I like blue. Blue would be my second choice. Orange is first.
Sorry. Cheers to Tequila Tuesday. Aye!
Cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Ooh. Oh, the lime juice is what we've been missing. Oh, my God. Yes. Yes. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, you guys. Let's break this all down. So the full phone call of Taylor Swift and Kanye West leaked, proving that Taylor Swift was telling the truth the entire time.
Yes, ma'am.
So we talked about that. We talked about Taylor liking some Tumblr posts. Kim liked a tweet. We thought, you know what? It's going to end there. Then no. Miss Taylor Allison Swift showed that she really is the woman we did not deserve, and addressed the situation while also promoting a very, very great cause right now. She posted on her Instagram and said, instead of answering those who are asking how I feel about the video footage that leaked, proving that I was telling the truth the whole time about that call, you know, the one that was illegally recorded that somebody edited and manipulated in order to frame me and put me and my family and fans through hell for 4 years, swipe up to see what really matters. She then posted a link to the World Health Organization so people can see where they need to donate in this time of crisis. Shout out to Taylor on that. Well, then...
Class act? Not surprised.
Class act. Well, then Kim Kardashian decided late last night that she had some thoughts on everything, and she decided to go on a little bit of a Twitter rant that, honestly, I'm just going to read them all, okay? And then we'll break it down. So she started off saying, at Taylor Swift has chosen to reignite an old exchange that at this point in time feels very self-serving, given the suffering millions of real victims are facing right now. Okay, let's remember Taylor Swift already addressed everyone and everything that's going on right now. Anyway, I didn't feel the need to comment a few days ago, and I'm actually really embarrassed and mortified to be doing it right now, but because she continues to speak on it, I feel I'm left without a choice but to respond because she is actually lying. To be clear, the only issue I ever had around the situation was that Taylor lied through her publicist, who stated that Kanye never called to ask permission. They clearly spoke to, so I let you all see that. Nobody ever denied the word B was used without her permission. At the time when they spoke, the song had not fully written yet, but as everyone can see in the video, she manipulated the truth of their actual conversation in her statement when her team said she declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with such a strong and misogynistic message. The lie was never about the word B. It was always whether there was a call or not and the tone of the conversation. I never edited the footage, another lie. I only posted a few clips on Snapchat to make my point, and the full video that recently leaked doesn't change the narrative.
Now, when you put stuff on Snapchat, aren't you choosing certain and selected clips in order to paint a story to your audience? Girl, I thought you was a lawyer.
Thank you.
How did I get my big little lies on you in 2 seconds and you done wrote a whole thread and was looking loud and wrong?
Thank you. I'm like, do you know what the definition of edited is? That's literally what you did. You manipulated video footage and only posted a certain amount of clips to prove your point. That is exactly what you did. Exactly what you did. You might not have uploaded the phone call into iMovie and snapped and then put it together, but you sure as hell made sure you only showed certain clips that proved you and Kanye were right and not anything about Taylor. So to me, that's a moot point. Who's the liar? Definitely not Taylor in that situation.
It's not Taylor. Like, I don't get why people are choosing to misunderstand that.
Sorry, my blood pressure, everyone prepare yourselves now, it is highly raised. She also added that Kanye, as an artist, has every right to document his musical journey and process, just like she recently did through her documentary. That's going to the point that she was illegally recorded, but let's also remember Taylor Swift is doing a documentary for Netflix. She was not just filming this video footage for, shits and gigs. Okay, she actually had a project and was getting paid for it. Kim went on to say Kanye has documented the making of all of his albums for his personal archive, however, has never released any of it for public consumption, and the call between the two of them would have remained private or would have gone in the trash had she not lied and forced me to defend him. She said this is the last time she's going to speak on it because nobody cares, and then she said, sorry to bore you all with this. I know you are all dealing with more serious and important matters.
I just want to say, at the time, I just want people that are like, Taylor is still lying, to understand that Taylor literally said in her statement, where is the video of Kanye calling her the B word? I think that's what y'all are confused with. She literally said, where is the video of her and Kanye discussing that he's going to call her the B word? Can y'all find that? Right. I really would love for y'all to find that. I don't understand why people are like to purposely misunderstand the situation.
Right. No, absolutely. And for me, the fact that Kim is like, the song wasn't written fully when, Kanye called Taylor, then why call her when you don't have the full verse? I think that's such a cop-out, and that is so beyond irritating, because it's like, then he shouldn't have even called her in the first place until he had the exact line, because in my opinion, that still makes you guys look shysty. That makes you look like you were trying to do the right thing, but also trying to screw her over in the process. I'm like, that doesn't vindicate you in my opinion at all.
Let's just break the situation down, Maddison, for exactly what it is. And for those of y'all that are watching live or you're after watching, this is what happened. Kanye West wrote a song where he said Taylor Swift might owe him sex. He wanted Taylor Swift to promote the song to her 2 million followers, in my opinion, because he knew it was going to cause flames. He knew the feminists were going to come out and be upset because of the whole entire situation of you running up on that stage and interrupting that young lady's moment, right? Taylor Swift said no and said, well, I'm not going to promote the song, but, I understand why you would be worried about the feminists. Girl, do whatever you need. And what happened? Taylor said she wasn't going to promote your song, and then the lyrics magically changed, and here we are. Am I wrong, Maddison? That's what happened, right? Kanye said, will you promote my song where I'm basically saying that you owe me sex? Taylor said, no, I don't think that's a good idea, but we cool, though. Kanye said, got in the booth and said, I made that be famous. And put that out, and Taylor said, well, why did you call me the B word? We didn't agree to that. Kim said, they spoke! Look!
Yeah.
Do y'all understand what is like? I don't understand. Taylor lied! Stop drinking stupid juice. You're purposely misunderstanding the situation. That is what happened. Kanye wanted a favor, Taylor said no, and Kanye got upset and was petty about it.
Right.
And Kim tried to paint my sis out as a liar.
Even when it came to the line of, I made her famous, like, whenever he was telling Taylor, like, we just had sex, I made her famous, she even said, she was like, I mean, I guess that's your perspective. I can't change the way you feel. It's not my fault you didn't know that Fearless sold 7 million records worldwide and you didn't know who I was. So even I feel like just saying that little line in the phone call, like she's saying, like, I mean, if you feel like I was not famous in your eyes when I'm literally an incredibly worldwide successful artist. I guess do you, man. That's kind of the impression I took from it. I want to shout out Cloud Mags, yet Kim found it important while millions of people are suffering. Exactly. And she's trying to make it sound like Taylor was being petty when Taylor literally was just obviously addressing it because she had to, and then used her platform again to promote a cause, but whatever, it's fine. Kim's other really big point during all of this is the fact that, well, first, actually, let's talk about Chloe, because so we get that in, and then we're going to talk about Taylor's publicist and her statement. So Chloe praised Kim late last night after Kim's tweets, okay? Khloe Kardashian first tweeted saying, I was about to take my tush to sleep, but then I saw my sister post a couple tweets. Kimberly, you better. And then, Kim is my effing lawyer for life, my sister and my lawyer.
And what I responded to her tweet, Maddison, just so you know and everybody knows, was if Kim cannot argue her way into finding you some self-love, then what is the point? What is the point, Chloe? What is the point? I'm sick of it, Maddison. I'm sick, specifically of Chloe. I am sick of her, I'm sick of the family, actually, specifically, and I exclude Kylie from this because we're going to get into Kendall in a second. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'm sick of this family. Yes, they're united. Yes, they're loyal as lions, whatever. But what is the issue with y'all bullying women? You get what I'm saying? What is the issue with the Kardashians appearing and acting as though they can be the only women on the planet? All eyes have to be on us. If it's another woman coming in trying to take our spotlight, girl, we need to cut them before they become HOH, girl, head of household. I just don't understand why they aren't champions for other women outside of their family. You can look at this situation right now and clearly sit up here and think, well, geez, imagine if Kanye would have kissed Jordan Woods. We might not have ever heard from her ever again, the way that Kim and Chloe and Courtney and Kendall Maddison, because let's not act like we didn't see Kendall was sitting up there liking all them tweets of Kim's. And Kendall, you need to let it go. Harry Styles didn't want you, and he chose Taylor Swift. Y'all need to let it TF go. Leave that woman alone. Her mother is sick. Your mother, Kim, loves her and her mother. So what is all of this for? What is all of this for? Because y'all decided y'all wanted to edit some clips to paint someone out to look bad and they stood up for themselves? Mm-hmm. Girl, you need to go back to lawyer school and get your little papers and documents together and come up with a different presentation, because we are turning this PowerPoint right off, Maddison.
No, period. I completely agree. I 1,000% with everything you said. And what's even funny is our editor for Hollyscoop, Danny, sent me a clip because she was just like, you have to see this. It was Kim in 2009 saying that her most played song on her playlist right now is
Love Story by Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift.
She loves
I'm watching you. I just got Twitter.
Yes. And so I'm like, how funny that you loved someone until they essentially pushed back a little bit. And I think, I don't know if it is interesting how it is consistently women, but I think the Kardashians in general don't like people who are afraid to bite back, because they're like, how dare you bite back when there's 6 of us and 1 of you? Like, why even try to compete? And Taylor Swift literally does not care, because she knows that everything she has always said is her truth and is the truth and is right. And she had the receipts to prove it. She was just, she let her fans basically put it out there. Taylor was content living in her own truth and not dealing with this for a long time. So I just completely agree with you. It's very, very frustrating. But I also want to talk about Taylor's publicist, who posted a statement as well, because Kim's big thing in going after Taylor's publicist was the fact that Taylor's publicist and team made a statement saying that a phone call never happened. And that was her biggest issue, not the B word. It was, the claim that this phone call didn't happen. And so her publicist put out her original statement. Her original statement was, Kanye did not call for approval, but to ask Taylor to release his single Famous on her Twitter account. She declined and cautioned him about releasing a song with a such strong misogynistic message. Taylor was never made aware of the actual lyric, I made that famous. The publicist said, I'm Taylor's publicist, and this is my unedited original statement. By the way, when you take parts out, that's editing. P.S. Who did you guys piss off to leak that video?
You know what I think, Madison? I think that they leaked it themselves, the Kardashians.
Really?
in the midst of coronavirus, they don't have no content that's inside of their homes. They're all separated. So they leaked it themselves. Who else gonna have a video of Kanye from 10 years ago inside the studio talking to Taylor Swift, a full unedited video? They leaked that themselves, I believe. Speculation, not confirmation. I believe they leaked it themselves because they don't have not a damn thing going on for that show. You get what I'm saying? And maybe Chris said, pull the lever, Kronk. And all 6 of them idiots went and pulled the lever. And now y'all out here looking stupid.
Yep. No, exactly. Jenny said, we love Jenny. B.A.
Oh, yes.
You have grown women being petty on social media. Grow up and be a role model for your kids. And honestly, Jenny, I could not agree with you more. And that's my biggest issue with it. The fact that Kim and Kanye at this point in their life, and even at that point in their life, are parents. Imagine someone doing this to one of your children, screwing them over, trying to ruin their reputation for years, consistently bullying them, have other people bullying them, trying to ruin their reputation. I guarantee if anyone tried to do that to one of their children, it would be World War III. So I was like, what kind of BS is it that you, as 2 grown parents, are doing this to somebody else? Mayhem.
Maddison, it's despicable. And one more time, just to reference yesterday, it's very unchristian-like. It just is. Y'all going through all of this when all y'all had to do was repent, apologize in private, and move on. Taylor probably would have left it alone if you would have apologized in person and been like, listen, this is what happened. We were going through some stuff. We were a little bit dark-sided back then, but we have found faith. We're in a different place in our lives. This is where our journey is taking us, and we wanted to sincerely apologize. Taylor would have baked some cookies, and we would have moved on. It would have come out in a Vogue interview 5 years from now about the amicable come to Jesus moment. Insane to me, Maddison. Insane. Adults.
No, and honestly, it really does work me up. And I know it shouldn't because I guess I don't personally know any of these people, but I think we can all relate to this situation. And have you ever felt so passionately about something? Have you ever believed in something so much and tried to stand up for yourself over and over and over again and had people constantly kick you, and then while you're already down, kick you more? Everyone can relate to that, and that's exactly what Taylor Swift went through, and that's exactly what Kim and Kanye did. So I don't care if you hate everyone in this situation, you have to at least acknowledge the incredible injustice and wrongdoing that's been happening.
And also, Maddison, just for people watching back, Taylor Swift, as of today, as we know, did not leak the video. So the comments about Taylor should just get over it, why did Taylor bring this back up, they don't make sense because Taylor didn't bring it up. Someone else leaked the video, Taylor commented on it, and let's just talk about how Taylor didn't even at Kim at all, and Kim came out here with the whole handle and everything, trying to get attention. Well, you got it, girl, and you got it from everybody else, the person you was looking for it from.
And I see you guys definitely talking about everything. I also just want to say, like, obviously, Courtney and I are Swifties. It is what it is. We will always still report. We will report everything and tell you guys all the information. But unless something comes out that proves somehow Taylor was ventriloquisting Kanye West to say certain things that he didn't, I'm sorry, on this situation, like, I will always probably stick up for Taylor Swift. Like,
yeah.
It is what
it is, Madison. It just is
and
what it is.
And that's what's right. That's what's right.
What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong.
Exactly. Okay, that is all the time we have. Oh, we could talk about this for 87 hours, literally. Yes, that is all the time we have. But you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will have more videos up on this situation on our channel, so please make sure you're checking those out because working hard on those, and really please make sure you guys are watching the other videos on the channel. Also, you guys, make sure you're following us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget TikTok. And don't forget to also follow Shambong Dave and Hit It Leo on Instagram as well. Shambong Dave, if you've seen his Instagram stories, he needs the T Tribe. He needs them.
Please go hang out with Shambong Dave. He's literally a legend. Mom Tribe, y'all know what to do.
Exactly. And Hit It Leo, you love all these new titles. You love being able to see our faces every day.
Let him
Could
know.
not do that without Hit It Leo, so make sure to show him lots of love to you guys. And we'll be back tomorrow for Hump Day, also known as Wesley Wednesday. Wesley Wednesday. So make sure you guys are on time. Yes, on time, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.
Bye. Now, wash your hands.
Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands.